Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Bald Explorer Live. Wait a minute, hang on, hold on a second, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't Dump Man. Everyone was expecting Dump Man today. You're not Dump Man, are you? No. This is the lovely Julia. Unfortunately, let me just say straight away, the lovely Dump Man couldn't make it today because he's ill. He's ill. He texted me this morning to say, I'm not very well, Richard. I'm very poorly. I'm ill. I've got some terrible disease. I think it was coming out both ends. Yes, we don't want to know that, do we?
No, let's not go into that again.
Ooh. So we're going to talk about illness a little bit later on in the show, but unfortunately Dump Man couldn't make it today, so I rang up the lovely Julia and I said, here, lovely Julia, and she said,
Oi!
Oi! I said, would you mind stepping in for Dump Man? Could you talk all about disused railways?
And I said,
You said,
Exactly.
Just
like that.
Yeah, just like that. Scratching the old chin. Actually, my chin's got a bit more stubble on it than it should have. I didn't shave, ladies and gentlemen, for the show.
Yeah, me neither.
No. How often do you shave? That's a personal question. Let's not go into it. So, not the sort of question I would have asked Dump Man, actually, funnily enough, but there we are. This isn't a sexist show. We try not to be too sexist, at least I do try. I'm very trying, aren't I?
Very.
Yes, thanks. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bald Explorer Live, coming from a terraced house in jolly old Worthing at the foot of the South Downs by the edge of the English Channel. It's very nice here, isn't it?
Yeah, rather lovely.
Yes, have you seen my east and west wings?
Oh, yes.
Yes, occupied by other blighters.
Yes.
Yes, the other house is either side.
I haven't worked out which one Eric's.
Eric is
usually abides. Yeah?
Yes, he's actually. Did you know I'm talking to a man about getting Eric ensconced in the show in a startling persona?
I think you did mention it. I can't wait to see.
Yes, no, I can't wait to see. But that will be coming up in due course. Never mind, Eric. We've got the lovely Julia.
So get well, Dump Man.
Yes, get well, Dump Man. We want you back. We want you back. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. We've got a very fun-packed show. We've got some food stuff to try, which will be very nice. Have you eaten dinner?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, well, never mind. We'll stuff you for some food stuff, which we'll get on to very shortly.
Funny how I had to think about that.
Yeah, you did have to think. And what did you have for dinner?
Chinese.
Chinese?
Takeout.
Takeout. Now, at that point, ladies and gentlemen, I would have done a very politically incorrect Chinese takeout routine. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to the band. I would have done something very politically incorrect, but apparently you're not allowed to do that anymore.
It probably would have elicited something like this from me over here.
Yes, yeah. So I don't want to elicit anything, because I can't see you when you're sitting there on my left-hand side, unless I look at the monitor, of course, which is something I can do. But if I'm looking at the screen, then that's one thing. Anyway, let's try not to be too politically incorrect, although I do like a bit of politically incorrect stuff, because it's humour, isn't it? It's good old-fashioned humour. Although, of course, you don't want a whole bunch of people bashing your door down and sticking their fists up your face. Which is what's happening these days, but let's not go into that. Let's see if there's anybody actually watching. Yes, there is. There's Dave Baker, Mark Selwood, Nikki Jess, Andy Ash, Glenn Johnson, and Anthony Jones. What can't watch as Liverpool are playing. What are they playing? Playing charades, no doubt. I expect everybody at Liverpool is playing out. What am I in? What am I in? I've got glasses and a bald head. What am I doing? I'm doing the Bald Explorer. Or maybe they're going, what am I doing? Oh, I just put the head. What am I doing? I'm doing. No, I don't suppose all of Liverpool are doing it. Is it football? Is it football night?
I don't know.
Are you a football fiend? No, I'm not a football. I don't understand the whole premise. Why do people... Here's the thing, okay? Why do people get so worked up about 11... Is it 11 people in football?
Something like that.
Something like that. Kick a ball, and it either goes between two goalposts. And what's the point?
Well, I mean, I can understand it is fun to go out on the lawn and have a nice kick around.
Yes, I agree with that.
But kicking people's heads in for it, like...
Yes, that's right. The violence that goes on, because you're not a violent person, are you?
I don't like violence, that's for sure.
No, but after the show, ladies and gentlemen, you should see her when, if she hasn't had her way, it's slip here, slap there, clip here, clap there.
Slip, slaps and claps.
Yeah, slip, slap, clippity, clap. That's what
More
it
like
is.
pow, slam and
yes,
bash.
Yes, that's true. I was trying to do the
Or my favourite,
Yes.
schneck.
What's a schneck?
It's Catwoman.
Oh, right. Where do you do the schneck?
Where's the claws?
Yeah, where do the claws go?
Yeah, we're thinking too much about this.
Yeah, we are thinking too much about this. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start the show. Poor old Dumpman is going to miss out because I got all this stuff ready for Well, I didn't actually, because knowing that Dumpman wasn't coming, I changed all my plans. We had champagne, caviar, we had some boys' magazines in, we had records of Motorhead all lined up. Of course, now the lovely Julia's here, I've had to go and finesse everything a little bit better. So we're going to start with some fruit, ladies and gentlemen. You like a bit of fruit, don't you?
Yes, I like fruit.
Now, I picked some fruit from Morrison's, which is not too far away from me.
I thought you were going to say you went down to the farm and you picked the fruit yourself. And I
Yeah,
was going to
that's
say,
kind
really?
of-
I don't think so.
Kind of what I meant when I said Morrison's. No, we're not talking about the supermarket. I'm talking about Morrison's, the farm. You know, in Worthing, there's this very lovely sort of 15-acre farm that grows all sorts of things. What time is it? No, it's not quite the end of the show yet. Thank you. We have some fruit. Now, I'd like you to fetch the fruit, which is not an easy thing to do.
Bear with.
Bear with.
Bear with.
It's planted in a very different... Planted? See what I did there? It's positioned. It's positioned in a very interesting place. So the lovely Julia, now she's picked up a knife. I'm not too happy about that, thank
But that's
you.
safely down there.
Yes, and what have we got?
Wait.
What?
You
what's-
need the whole board, right?
Oh yes, you need the whole board. It's watermelon, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. Now
It
you
certainly looks like it.
You like watermelon, don't you?
I do.
Yes, which is very nice. Now you told me, because you were brought up in South Africa,
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. I knew there was two
And
S and
Kuwait.
A's in it,
And Kuwait.
and Kuwait. I've been to Kuwait. Is it no Q8? I think that's a shop, isn't it? Q8.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh, did you go and live in the petrol station for 2.5 years?
Yeah, I did actually. I left by the pump.
It's so funny.
Oh, sorry. Shall I just help you just take off some of this plastic stuff, you see? And I don't want you to hurt your little hand.
Never mind my hands.
No.
What's yours?
Oh, yeah. There we go. Get rid of this. That's the protective thing. So I thought we could... sample that. Sorry, I thought we could sample some of that on the show to find out now what kind of fruit, ladies and gentlemen, is your favourite fruit. Because now that we're in May, it's the 2nd of May, ladies and gentlemen, 2nd of May. May I tell you that again?
You may.
You may, thank you. 2nd of May, we're getting sort of closer to the summer. What sort of fruit do you like? You know, the fruits are going to be abounding on the tables. What sort of fruit do you like, the lovely listener, the lovely viewer?
Just deciding how to cut it.
Yeah, well, I was interested to see how you're going to cut it.
I'm gonna
A
do it.
small piece for me and a giant piece for you.
Yeah,
by the
that's
looks of
yours.
things.
That's mine.
Oh, lovely. So, how do you eat melon?
I put it in my mouth and eat it.
You put it. Well, I realise you put it in your mouth and eat it. Thanks very much. I could work that bit out.
I eat it as quickly as I can swallow it.
Oh right, okay. And I mean, some people use a spoon, don't they? And some people use their hands because it's quite It's quite watery. I thought you were going to give me a big stab then.
No, how I usually eat it. If you want a real detail, it's
Yeah.
like this. Ha ha.
Oh right. Oh, so well, cut me off a little bit, and then of course you can have the rest. Well, not too small, obviously. This is interesting. I'm quite interested how you do this. Do you?
Everyone's freaking out because I'm dragging the knife towards myself.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Be careful. Don't drag your knife towards yourself too much. Is this? Do you serve watermelon at home for your family?
Yes.
Ah, well, that's interesting. Well, I wouldn't say it's interesting. It sounded like I was not interested at all. That sounded awful. I do beg your pardon. I'm going to put this bib on just in case of an emergency.
Has anyone got 999 on speed dial?
Yes, just in case there is blood. Well, you wouldn't be able to tell it with this. Now, what kind of watermelon is this? This is a red one.
This is a hacked up watermelon.
It's a hacked up one, a Hackney red watermelon, which
There
is
we go.
very nice. Thank you very much.
That'll do.
Superb. Now, I did bring a couple of spoons, should you wish. It's dripping on my leg. Should you wish to try some of that. Or you can just use your fingers, and I've got a little clothy. Straight in. Now, when you were living in Saudi Arabia, you said to me that watermelons was your favourite fruit because it was so juicy. And I guess out there, they grow bigger, you said.
Oh, they get massive. Like, this is what we're kind of used to seeing here. This is actually quite a big one here.
Okay.
No, the ones I was used to were like At
Woe
least
big.
double the size.
Like that?
Lengthwise. Yeah, no, not wound.
Not
Not
wound.
wound.
Not wound.
Not wound, but
they're
longer.
not wound up. No, they're not clockwork. Clockwork watermelon.
No, just longer.
Oh, like a lozenge shape.
Kind of, yeah.
Like a
more
marrow.
like a big capsule, yeah.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that. I always thought that they were like football.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what the guys in Liverpool are currently doing. They're kicking around a big round watermelon. I'm going to try one of these. Anyway, help yourself. Now, are the watermelons over here, these are shop-bought ones, but did they grow locally, the ones in Saudi Arabia?
I have absolutely no idea.
Do these compare?
No, not really. They're pale imitation, mainly because the best part is the very centre. So the bigger the watermelon, the more centre you've got.
The more centre you got. Do they not have lots of seeds in the centre? Sorry, just choking to death.
I used to like doing my machine gun impression. Just chuck a load in my mouth.
Yeah.
Swallow down the watermelon.
Yeah, I
got really clever at it, and then I'd just...
You'd spit them out.
Yeah.
Amazing, ladies and gentlemen, amazing, and quite fierce. You're spitting. Are you spitting fiercely?
Yeah. I'm not sure where to go with that.
No. Well, because they're bullets. They're bullets all flying out. Were you aiming them at your friends and family?
No, just the flower beds.
Oh, just the flower beds.
Hoping they might take.
Replant.
Funny enough, no.
Did they not? Oh, it's a shame. Anyway, are you enjoying that? Marvellous. No, that's very good. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I look ridiculous with that, so I'm going to wear it. There, look. Now I'm in Saudi. Oh no, I mustn't do that. I'll have the Arabs after me. Are you allowed to say Arabs? Yes, I think you are. Anyway, I'm digging a bigger hole. Have you got the key?
Yep, JCB.
JCB.
Over here.
Oh dear. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, what I wanted to talk about is because Dumpman is ill, it made me think about being well and not well, and when you are ill yourself. Have you ever been ill, massively ill, horribly ill, so ill that you can't get out of bed, so ill that perhaps when we were filming, perhaps, about a fairy tree on one occasion, the first occasion?
Yeah, I mean, that was bad, but that wasn't as bad as 2 years ago in Poland.
Ah, Julia's got a story about Poland.
Yeah.
Being ill. Tell us your story. Whilst you're telling that, I'm going to have a nibble on some of this and keep quiet for a moment.
Well, considering I don't usually drink, if I do, it's like a shot glass worth, maybe once or twice a month, maybe.
Alcohol, you mean?
Alcohol, yeah. So, yeah.
So what happened?
Well, some friends that I have there through my brother, my little brother, they invited me out. So I thought, well, yeah, okay. So I went out, and of course they took me to a vodka bar.
A vodka bar?
Yes.
Okay, now that sounds tragic already.
Yes.
They only sell vodka in different flavours?
Oh, yes. Lots of yummy, tasty flavours, and they're all really quite sweet. Right up my alley.
Because you like sweet things.
A penchant, you could say.
Oh, you've got a penchant, have you?
A penchant.
Oh, yes, a very big penchant.
Oh, mine.
Sorry, I was looking at your penchant.
Suit yourself.
I will suit myself, thank you. So you had lots of these lovely sweet vodka drinks.
Yeah.
You had too many, I'm guessing.
I don't even know how many too many.
Oh, right. Did you blat out?
I was never... No, I didn't. Well, no.
No.
Not until after I'd
was sick.
Yes.
Vomit. So you had enough to make you vomit.
I managed to end the evening and mill around outside the hotel for an hour trying to sober myself up in the snow. Had great fun kicking the snow around and making snow angels, and the security guard in the hotel was probably like, "Oh, hurry up, woman, get in here so I can sit down and snooze." But so I think it was about 1:30 I dragged myself into the hotel, and I inevitably woke my mum up after having gone to the wrong floor and almost put my key in the door and then going, "This is not my door."
So some stranger...
Back up.
Some stranger nearly had the lovely Julia all to him or herselves.
Well, I don't think my key would have actually worked.
Oh, yes, of
for
course.
A start.
There's that small, minor detail.
Mm-hmm. But when I did eventually get to find my room,
yes,
where my mother was sleeping soundly until I tripped over and bashed the bathroom door open and made lots and lots of noise saying hello on the big white telephone.
A big white telephone?
Yeah, the big white telephone in the bathroom.
Oh,
there goes the flush.
Oh, the big white telephone. Sorry, I was literally thinking of a telephone. And I was thinking,
I
what?
could see that.
Yes, I have a slow brain, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was not my finest moment. It was not.
So the following day then, presumably you weren't very well.
Yes, well, we were supposed to be meeting some family because that's what we were there for, because my mum's father was Polish. Yeah, so we were meant to be meeting some cousins, basically. And I was like, Mum, you're going to have to just go meet them without me. I'm going to try and pull my head out my backside. And
Did you do that when you were on the big wide telephone?
again, I don't know where to go with that.
Well, pulling your head out of your backside is an unusual thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fact that you got it up there to begin with is anyway, move on from that. So you weren't feeling
Fascinated with my head up my bum.
Yes, well, I think anyone would be slightly peculiar like that. It's like you'd have to be in a crawled. You're not actually talking that you actually basically you're saying you felt rough.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
I think everyone else got that.
Okay, I told you I've got a snail brain.
Uh-huh.
So so what happened? So you were so ill.
Yeah. So Mum went off. About an hour goes by, and she texts me saying, "Are you actually coming to meet us?" To which I said, "Yes, I am." Just dragging myself out the door. I came out and I managed to stay out for about 45 minutes. But the whole time I'm like
Swaying.
yeah,
Head pounding.
head absolutely pounding. I felt like I had an Iron Maiden around my skull. It was horrible. I thought I was going to die. My insides felt like they were literally turning necrotic or something. It was not good.
What is an Iron Maiden on your head?
An Iron Maiden is one of those big coffin type shaped things. The front opens up. It's got loads of spikes inside. It was a medieval torture device. I thought you'd have known this.
Yes. Well, I was thinking that you had a band on your head.
Well, there is that too. But yeah, that would have probably.
That would have
actually,
pounding
no,
on the
there was
inside.
Iron Maiden was playing loudly on the inside of the Iron Maiden.
On
my
okay.
skull.
Oh well, you see, you learned something on this show. I didn't know.
The
what
moral of this story is
Yes.
don't drink too much.
Especially not in
Ever.
in a Polish vodka bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Try and
is it
avoid it.
since then you stopped drinking?
No,
or
I've
just
never really. Like I say, I grew up in Saudi Arabia and I accidentally got hold of. I'm sure I told this story.
Well, you might not have told it to them.
Maybe.
Not all of them are the same people that watched it before.
True.
It's worth bearing that in mind.
So yeah, well, I accidentally got hold of Punch when I was 3 years old.
Punch.
Yep.
The magazine.
As in, no.
A bowl of Punch.
A bowl of homemade, home brewed Punch.
Which could be very voluminous with the alcohol from different bottles of concoction.
Yeah.
You know what I meant.
Poor lovely little 3-year-old Julia.
3? You found the Punch at 3? Gosh,
Well-
you were up late.
You know those big American fridge freezers?
Oh, yeah.
Because this was in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, right. So not America then,
No.
but they have those same
Well, no,
size.
because they were Americanised. Because
Oh, okay.
yeah, there's close affiliation with America.
Right.
So yeah, and the big containers within it with the tap on the front. They used to put my juice in that. But of course, on this particular occasion, because it was a New Year's Eve, there was Punch that they had made.
And that
Lots
was
of-
on
I think-
tap.
Yeah.
And you just thought it
I
was
went
like
and helped
orange
myself
squash
to
or
it
something.
while everyone was partying.
And what happened to you then?
Well, my mum comes and checks on me sometime in the night, and I'm going, I've got snakes in my head, mummy. And she's like, oh dear. So that was fun.
So yeah, so you've been ill a couple of times with the
Yeah.
alcoholic poisoning. Yeah. Oh, amazing. So there we are. So that's Julia's story. Being
Don't
ill.
do it.
Don't do it. Have you got a story where you've been too ill to do something important? Dumpman was too ill to come on the show. Not, I think, through drinking, I hasten to
No.
add, but he's probably sitting at home
Probably
with
much more sensible than that.
Exactly. He's probably got a barometer in his mouth. Not a barometer. What am I thinking? A thermometer. Thank you. He's probably sitting there with the thermometer. He's broken out in spots. He's shivering like this. He's trying to watch the show tonight. He's probably sitting there now trying to watch and think, oh, I've let everyone down, but I'm so ill. With his head over a bucket of steam with some of that Carvel. Is it Carvel? You know that stuff that you snort up. What is the name of that stuff? You know, you put your steaming up there. Do you ever had to put your son underneath that? My mum, she used to do that. Sorry, I didn't let you answer. My mum. No, I'm sorry about that. My mum, when we were ill as kids, she'd have this, I don't know what it was, it was like, she called it carvol or something, and it was this horrible, nasty sort of stuff that's supposed to open up the pores in your nose. And,
I don't really much prefer carvol. I think it's carvol, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's stuck in my head now.
Yeah, not cowpole.
No.
Not cowpole, but this sort of weird... And
It's actually, it's got more of like a cola scent to it.
yeah, and she would have this bowl. I remember this white ceramic bowl that she used to fill up with hot water, and then she'd put drops of this whatever it was in, and this awful steam, and then she'd get a towel over our heads and she'd ram our heads down like that, and it's boiling water and ending up with skin peeling off my lips and the tips of my nose as my head was going into the water like that. It was a nightmare, and she thought that was the best treatment for it. The great thing was I had weeks and weeks off school as a result. So I can imagine Dump Man there dumping into the water like this. Poor, he's probably ill as buggery. Oh, can't say buggery on a show like this. There may be children watching.
You've said it twice, so you're going to go for a third.
I'm not going to say buggery ever again.
Okay.
And don't explain that to your children, because it's not nice. Because you won't be able to sit down for weeks afterwards. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's see if anyone's got any ideas of stuff. Maggie Walters says, as a youngster, I got hold of some of my mum's lemonade and blackberry and apple wine. It was so yummy and sweet, I felt fine whilst I sat down. But when I got up, my legs wouldn't work. I'm not surprised. I stumbled upstairs only to be thrown into the bath and rudely cold showered, fully clothed. Oh, I'm so sorry, Maggie. That sounds terrible. Oh yeah, Vicks Vapor Rub. Yes, my mum used to use that. She used to rub it all over my chest. Do you ever have that Vicks Vapor Rub in a bottle and you... Sorry.
What's that? Has TLJ, that's moi.
TLJ, has TLJ ever explored a dump Victorian tunnel like Dumpy and Baldy? I'm not quite sure what you mean by that,
have
Steve
actually.
Pole.
Well, I don't know if it's Victorian.
Like Dumpy and Baldy? What's Dumpy and Baldy when it's at home? You're not Dumpy, and I'm definitely not... Well, I might be Baldy. Are they real places, Steve Pelfold? Probably. I know nothing, you see. Mark Selwood says, used to stay under the towel as long as you could... Oh, yes, keep your eyes from steaming. So you had the same experience. There we are. We are living the dream, ladies and gentlemen, such as it is being ill. Goose grease. Is that the same goose grease they cook Christmas puddings in?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, it must be.
Yeah. Richard Suggett says, I had toothache last week, couldn't go to work, and had a tooth removed on my birthday. That's not so fun. But actually, I can vouch for that, because when I went round to Richard Suggett's very lovely barbecue the other day, he was holding up like this, saying, "Oh, don't come in, Richard. Please don't come in, because I've got toothache. Everything's cancelled." And I was going, "But I can smell the barbecue, Richard. I can smell it." And there's people talking. He's going, No, it's all cancelled. You can go now. And I said, No. Look, there's people there, and they're waving for me to come in. Oh, are they? Oh, all right then. No, he was trying to get shot at me. That's what he was. And Steve Pilfold says that you went in a tunnel near Newark with Dumpy. Oh, Dumpy, as in Dump Man. Ha! Baldy and Dump. I get it. I'll get it, ladies and gentlemen. I thought you meant... Anyway, I was...
Yes, well, no...
I was going to defend your...
my honour.
Your honour. I was there. Steve and I was going to be out there on the dunes.
I can do that myself as well, though.
Yes, I know, but it's only a gentlemanly thing.
I'm a modern-day woman.
I know you're a modern-day woman, but, you know,
Can't eat, though.
men just still like to do the honourable thing and let the girls fight it out in skimpy outfits. Rolling of the eyes. See that? Rolling of the eyes.
Anyway. Fort Widley on Portsdown Hill.
Yes.
That's Nelsonian, isn't it?
Nelsonian?
No, Nelsonian.
Oh, Fort Widley on... What about it?
Am I speaking rubbish? I don't know. Well, I'm just trying to ascertain the age of it.
The age of what?
Fort Widley and the line of fortifications upon Portsdown Hill.
I don't know.
In Portsmouth.
Yes, but what was that apropos of?
tunnels.
Oh.
Dark, damp.
Oh, is there tunnels underneath Fort Widley then?
Yep.
Have you been down them?
Yep.
Now we're getting to the crux of it, ladies and gentlemen. It is a bit like Sherlock Holmes on this. You've got to sort of pry a little bit and get into...
Very trying indeed.
Yes, very trying. Hey-ho. So there are dark, damp tunnels under Fort Widley on Portsdown Hill, which is above Portsmouth.
Mm-hmm. Very good views from up there.
From the tunnel? Only from one end, surely. That is funny, that bloke, isn't he? Blooming heck. You're fighting over who hits me first. Yes, that's right, Steve. We are definitely doing it. Fort Widley is 19th century, says Mark English. He should know.
Thanks.
Anywhere Mark goes, I'm sure to follow and make a video. Sorry. Fort Widley video. Oh yes, Mark English, never shy to promote one of his films, has put a link in the comments. So if you can't see it, don't check it out. If you're watching on YouTube, put in Mark English, Mark with a Q, English, and then put Fort Widley, and you'll find it. As sure as you'll find anything, and probably 500 other Mark English videos. All of which, I have to say, is stunningly filmed with his wonderful, beautiful self. He's a model, ladies and gentlemen, with his slick back hair and his tight leather outfit and his lovely gauntlets. He strides, he does, from location to location. He's a marvellous man. So that's it. Richard Suggett says, my wife had her hen party at Fort Widley. Oh, there we go. He had a hen party. Moving on now, ladies and gentlemen. Enough of this gay banter.
He had her.
He had her?
That's what... yeah, no.
Is that what he said?
I'm sure you... Yeah. Nothing.
Nothing. Anyway, shall we move this out to one side because you might eat more of it? Which is fine, actually. Leave it there.
I'm going to pour us some cola.
Yes, so now it's time for the exciting moment of Test a Drink, ladies and gentlemen. And we've got the Test a Drink piece of music, which is probably that one. Yes, the Test a Drink music, ladies and gentlemen, is there. Now, what is the drink that we're going to test tonight, lovely Julia?
Fever Tree Refreshingly Light Madagascan Cola. A rich blend of citrus and spice. Delicious, low in calories and nothing artificial.
Ooh, we don't like anything artificial. So, low in calories. Madagascan, did you say? Cola.
Yeah.
Cola, ladies and gentlemen. Now, you like a nice cola, don't you?
Yeah.
But you like the full-fat versions.
Yeah.
And this has got nothing left to the imagination, apparently.
We shall see if it passes the test.
Yeah, it passed the management. But all the water has been passed by the management, thank you. Hey-ho. Oops, sorry. Yeah, sorry about that. A bit of levity in today's show. We all like a bit of levity, don't we?
Should we move this melon?
Yes, I did say that at the beginning.
Did you?
I said, move that big fat lemon out the way. Not lemon. Melon.
Well, that's why I didn't move it then, isn't it?
Yes, that's true. What do you get if you cross a cauliflower and a melon? You get melancholy. I thank you.
Don't laugh. Don't laugh.
Oh, the best jokes are the worst, and I haven't got any of them. So anyway, you're going to move
Checkmate.
that. Checkmate. Thanks. I'll move that. Oh. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to try this cola.
Hold that.
Yes, holding it now, madam. I have to say, by the way, doesn't Julia look rather delicious tonight in her lovely purple jacket? She came in, and I said, wow, you look stunning. And she said, I'm doing a Vobesy. And I thought, yes, that's right, I do look stunning most of the time. Amazing. And so
I did that when I said it.
What?
I did this when I said it.
Oh, yeah.
Doing a Vobesy.
The Vobesy, yes. Oh, you look absolutely lovely today.
I did.
Normally, of course, a bit rough around the edges. But today, I have to say...
Well, I'm not arguing.
It's very nice. Nice to see you. I've not seen you in a jacket, so I was slightly blown away. So, let's try the cola. He says, try not to get carried away, because there are these two white men in coats. When I say white men, I'm not trying to... I meant men in white coats.
No,
That's what I meant.
there's nothing to see here.
There's nothing to see
here.
No, stand well back. Yeah. Okay, so, the Madagascan cola. I wonder if it makes any difference that it's come from Madagascar. Don't know. Anyway, cheers, big ears. Welcome back to the show. And here we go. I don't know what I was expecting, really. What was I? What did you think?
Tastes like a Diet Cola.
Does it taste like Diet Coke? Yes, because there's no sugar in it. It's not a full fat thing.
It's mildly okay. No, I'm just too much of a sugar fiend. It's just not good enough.
Yeah,
I do like the light, refreshing flavour though. I can't deny that it is refreshingly light.
Now, does it taste? Because Coca-Cola guard their recipe with paper clips. And so now, while they're guarding their recipe...
Surely they'd use bulldog clips.
Well, they might do, but they're not British. Only the Brits use bulldog clips, because we are the Bulldogs. Aha! Thank you.
There's such a thing as an American bulldog, too.
I didn't
saying.
I didn't...
Hashtag just saying. Oh, my God, did I just say hashtag?
You did.
I did.
Yes. Should have said hash cake.
Right, that's
much more appropriate.
I'm quitting Facebook.
Oh, good grief. No, you can't do that. You've got to be on the Bald Explorer page. You are the head girl of the Bald Explorer group.
Well, Claire Leach can step in, no probs.
Yes, but
she's perfectly capable, aren't you, Claire?
Yes, she's perfectly...
The beautiful Claire Leach.
Yeah, the beautiful Claire Lynch.
Beautiful, swooning...
Lynch, not Lynch.
Leach.
Leach. It's Leach. Sorry, I've just had a word with the scriptwriter. It's Leach, for goodness sake, you stupid little man. That's Eric down there. He types away on an old Royale typewriter, the old-fashioned typewriter. Click, clack, clickety, clack. If you ever go past my house and you hear click, clack, clickety, clack, click, clack.
It's not him walking around in his high heels, honest.
No, honestly, no. Don't look through the window, please. Not the high window where you can see me doing, oh, hello, darling, I'm a lovely dolly. I got my jacket and I look like Julia. Sorry, I'm having a slight moment. It will pass.
Oh, sounds painful.
Yes. I have to go and see the big white telephone, and then I can flush it away. Anyway, enough of this gay banter. Oh, that's sexist now, isn't it? You can't do Monty Python jokes. Still, cheers.
It's homophobic.
Oh. Homophobic. I'm at home with my Vobes. My Vobes. Homophobic. That's what that is. Home with the Vobes is... Anyway, we're talking nonsense now. Have you noticed?
It's descended already.
How much...
Where are we?
How much?
What time is it?
Look, halfway through the show, ladies and gentlemen, we descended into nonsense. Mind you, we started with a lot of nonsense to begin with, didn't we?
It always does, doesn't it?
It's pretty good. So, is cola your favourite drink? Other than, of course, we know that your favourite drink is, of course, the soft vodka drinks of Poland. We know that. But next to that, have you got other favourite drinks?
Well, yeah, I mean, yes, cola is my favourite. I'm a cola addict.
So let's have a look. See, Claire says... Claire's at the... Andrew
Hey,
Leach.
too right, Claire.
He says Claire's at the pub tonight. Yeah, get her off those blooming soft
Socialising
vodka
in the flesh.
Socialising in the flesh.
That sounds wrong.
It does sound a bit wrong.
Sorry,
on
Claire.
the stout, Andrew? Oh, Andy Ash is asking if Claire Leach is on the stout. That's charming, that is. Isn't that a charming question? Nothing new, it's all nonsense, says Martin Snow. Martin Snow? Where is Martin Snow? We haven't seen him for a while. We did see him at the thing. Wine, apparently, is Claire Leach's tipple. So there we go. I like Fever Tree tonic waters, says Judith Oakley. So this is Fever Tree. Yes, I looked, when I was choosing this, when I was selecting the incredible delicate refreshment, the beverage for this evening. When I was selecting the refreshing beverage for this evening's show, I did frequent the aisle that had a whole host of daffodils. No, not daffodils. A whole host of Fever Tree refreshingly light beverages. I've said that word twice now. Sorry. Don't tickle. I did, and I looked at those, and they look very charming, don't they? But can you have tonic water on your own, or do you need to rinse it out with gin?
What? Sorry, I was busy reading.
Yes, I'm not surprised. I'm on the tea as at work, says Mark English. Oh, you're watching the show from work. It's in the stage door, don't you know, at the theatre. Is it going well? I think you said that you had some ballet at the theatre this evening. All going and doing their jetapés. Do you do jetapés?
I think you've got the word wrong because I don't recognise it.
No, I don't recognise it.
That's all right then.
That's all right. I've no idea.
You never know whether to believe him or not.
Yes, just look confident and say the first thing that comes into your
Alan.
mouth. Alan.
There you go.
What have you done now? Oh, you've put...
He told me to put a cube of... Yeah, but just please don't tell me to jump off a cliff. I really don't want to do that.
Yeah, she does everything you ask, you know. It's a Oh, that was a funny
No, I
noise.
don't. I'm just compulsive.
She's compulsive. Yes. Anyway, with gin, says Judith Oakley. Oh, well, there we are. Valkyrie. Now, have I got your name right? Valkyrie?
Valkyrie.
Oh, Valkyrie. Sorry, Valkyrie. Valkyrie has just popped in. She says, try the ginger ale by the Fever Tree. I will. I've got to find the Fever Tree. That sounds like a real place. Because you like trees.
Yeah.
You don't set light to trees, you just like them. Anyway, hit over 50 views. Oh, marvellous. Yesterday we were sluggish, ladies and gentlemen. But you get the lovely Julia on the show. This is why she should be on the show all the time. 24 hours a day, 7 days of the week. What was that?
It wasn't me.
It was a little beep. I think my pacemaker had a little jump. Oh, you can see the smile on my face, and you start to worry. What's going on? Oh, yes. We have Matthew Bourne's Cinderella. Wait a minute. Cinderella?
Who what?
Cinderella. It's not pantomime time. Oh, yes, it is. No, it's not. Yeah, oh, yes, it's behind you. Oh, no, it's not. Don't be so daft. Oh, the ballet. He's got the ballet.
Oh.
Ballet Rombert. Ballet Big Bear. Anyway, thank you, Julia, says Valkyrie.
Valkyrie.
Valkyrie. Could you rechristen your name, please? Just
No.
No.
You're going to get it right.
I will try.
Eventually.
Can I just say the word...
Ventriloquistally.
Caponia. Is Gary Baines out there? I don't think he is out there, but Gary Baines, I have struggled for decades now. It seems like decades. Gary Baines from Shoreham Fort. He was telling me you must remember cap on you. He has a cap on you. And he told me how to remember it by putting, it's a cap on you. Cap on you. And if he's there, he'd be thrilled. Because I normally go Caponia. And I get it wrong. Anyway, Valkyrie. It's Brumby. Is that right? Brumby? Valkyrie Brumby?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a lovely name.
Yes,
it is
a gorgeous name.
Modern ballet set in the 1940s. That's what Mark English is looking at. Ha ha. Thank you very much, Julia, on my behalf.
You're very welcome.
Yes. If you need her to slap me.
Gladly.
Yeah.
Now?
No.
Now?
No.
Now?
No. Not quite now because we have... No. Shortly.
I'm getting far too excited about that. I'm not violent.
No.
Bing! Halo.
Now,
Halo.
I want to talk about superstitions. Moving the
have
show
you put in
swiftly on. I've put nothing in there. You opened the bottle. You poured it
I'll
yourself.
tell you what we've put in there.
Oh, yes, you put in there a lump of
Watermelon.
watermelon, you see. You don't know what I put in the watermelon.
It's got some real sugar in it.
Yes.
Good call.
So I want to talk about superstitions. Mm-hmm. Are you, Julia, the lovely Julia, are you superstitious?
That's a good question.
I know, that's why I asked it.
What?
No.
Kind of, but no, but kind of, but no.
Kind of, but
But
no,
kind
but
of, but
kind of, but
no,
no,
but
kind of, but no,
kind
but
of,
kind
but
of, but
no.
no. So, what part is kind of, and what part
I
is
don't
no?
like to get hung up on...
Well, I don't like to get hung.
I don't like to get too hung up on allowing myself to get too obsessive with things like that. But, you know, if you're looking for luck, I go, oh, touch wood. Guaranteed I've got to touch some wood and my noggin.
And your noggin.
Because it's, you know...
It's pretty solid.
Yeah,
yes.
well...
So, will you, Julia, lovely Julia, will you walk under a ladder? Does that worry if you walk under a ladder?
If the situation suits, yeah.
What if the situation... What do you mean if the situation... Oh, sorry.
If there's someone blocking the other side of it and I've got to get that side to get my child away from the road, then I will blink and go under that ladder no matter what.
You will blink and go under it?
I will blink and go under like that.
Marvellous.
Yeah.
It's nice to see. And what about if a black cat runs across your runs across your path? Does that give you...
See, now some people assume that a black cat crossing your path is unlucky, and other people say it's lucky. I choose to say it's lucky because I live with one.
What, with a black cat?
Yeah. It's not that lucky, though, because she does trip me up a lot.
Yeah. So if it runs across your path and trips you up, that's unfortunate. If it runs across your path and doesn't trip you up, you've been lucky.
That's pretty lucky, then.
Yeah. So, okay.
Self-explanatory.
So, if somebody... What other superstitions are there? There are many superstitions, and, you know, if I'd been prepared for this show, if I had actually done my homework, I would have looked them all up. Yeah, don't tut at me. You see, I'm very superstitious that if somebody tuts in your ear and you can't see them, it means that they're going to get punched in the... Oh, yes, I can see you now. You were very close to it. There are other... People do get superstitious, don't they? Some people do the sign of the cross. And I get very cross when they do the sign of the cross because I can't work out what it was until too late that they've done it. Sorry, bad joke there, really, but we'll move on past that. Are you superstitious? That is the question. Are you superstitious? Dean Rhodes says, just in case the painter does drop the paint on my head, he doesn't cross underneath the ladder. I don't pick my nose on any third Tuesday of the month. Well, that's interesting. Andy Ash said that. Dean Rhodes also says he does. Don't believe in it, but my sister used to do the magpie thing. Oh, once a magpie, always a magpie. No, how does the magpie thing go?
No, it's like
if
you have to salute the magpie.
Oh,
or something.
salute the magpie, because otherwise it pokes your eyes out.
I always like to say hello to them. Hello, Mrs. Magpie or Mr. Magpie or whatever.
Kevin says that Dean and I have only dropped paint once. Yeah, and purposely on somebody's head. That's good. Maggie Walters says it's the same thing about when you spill salt. Something about throwing somebody over your shoulder.
Left shoulder. No, you have to, when you spill salt, you have to take a pinch and throw it over. I think it's your left shoulder, is it your right? To basically throw it in the devil's eye before he takes over you.
And just make sure your little children aren't wide-eyed behind you, looking up. Hey, what you doing, mummy? Oh, I'm pain! Oh no! Right in my eyes! Oh, I'm gonna be blind like that Vobe! Oh, truth! Yeah, so you have to be a bit careful on those sort of things. Oh, Black Cat is lucky for Malcolm Glacier. So I'm thrilled about that, Malcolm Glacier. Andy Joy. Hello, Andy Joy. Lovely to see you. Make your own good and bad luck, he says.
You make your own good.
Yeah, well, you
abbreviated.
I abbreviated it. Sorry, I
It was unnecessary.
It was an unnecessary abbreviation. I do humbly apologise. I'm ready for my slap on the head.
Oh.
Ah. Well, there wasn't very much of a...
No, it's because you caught me by surprise.
Yes.
Shall I do it again?
Oh, all right.
Go on, then.
Yes, a little slap.
No, I don't want it.
Yes, it'll come when I least expect it, ladies and gentlemen. Pam Earnshaw says, I would never turn a calendar over before the 1st of the month. Well, do you know, I was told the other night to turn my calendar over, and I turned it over on the 31st of April, which is an impossibility because 30 days has September, April, and November have only 30 days. So I turned it over a day before. And so now look at me. Look at the bad luck I'm numbered. Oh, no. What am I saying? This is outrageous. I just saw you looking at the calendar.
Oh, just then?
Yeah, just then.
Just
in the rewind. Getting a lot of emojis at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for that. Shoe on the table.
Oh, shoes on.
Yes. Sorry.
Oh, had us both then.
You had us then, didn't you?
Is it just the way you said it?
No, it says here, they just said. Who said that? Alan Piddington says shoe on the table.
All right, I'll allow that.
Dean Rhodes says new shoes. What about new shoes?
As in, you're not supposed to put any
shoes on the table.
You're not supposed to put shoes on the table.
Andy Joyce says passes Julia a cricket bat. Oh. Yes, thanks, Andy Joy. Mark Selwood says, I don't put any new shoes on the table. What about any shoes?
No, I don't put my new shoes on the table.
No, any shoes on the table.
But any, yeah.
Pam Earnshaw has realised that, of course, that I had done the turning of the thing and she'd seen it. So apologies for that. About that. Yeah, so there we are. A lot of people are superstitious. So what is the most common superstition? Do you suppose? What are the most common... I can't think off the top of my head what the most common superstition is. I know that, if you cut your head off, you're likely to die, so don't do it. That's obviously good. Slitting your wrists in the bath is not a particularly pleasant way to go. So that's... but that's not really a superstition, is it? Some people have to do a ritual when they get in the car. Clunk, click, every trip.
I've got a story about that.
Oh, here we go. This would be good. Hang on. Roll up a joint and get myself all ready.
See, my dear old late Grandad Jack.
Yeah.
Whose name was actually John.
Grandad Jack, whose name was John.
Yeah.
Nothing surprises me in your family.
I know. Anywho, apparently it was a common nickname for John. Anywho. He was a train driver, as some of you may be aware. He started off as, I think he saw the end of the steam era. And all of the diesel, and then into obviously the electric. But anyway, so he was also health and safety he'd witnessed a lot of accidents, including one of his best mates, Fred, actually lost his arm from just above the elbow, I think it was.
Oh, nasty.
The wheel, yeah. Anyway.
Stuck in the... What, a train wheel?
Yeah, he was an engineer, he was underneath.
Just, the train's coming along. Let me just try this out.
I hasten to add, it wasn't my grandfather that caused his accident, being the driver. It wasn't that way. But anyways, so he, I think that inspired him to become his health and safety. Anyway, so eventually when he did retire and he just, started driving, because he didn't start driving till quite late. So yeah,
well, only did nights. I'm sorry. So I'm hard work, aren't I?
He would always spend at least 10 to 15 minutes checking his old little Metro around, making sure everything was just right before we could go anywhere. It was
Metro, you mean a car?
Yeah, his car.
I was thinking like a Metro train.
No,
I was thinking the trains on the Metro
thing.
line. I don't know why I did that. Oh, yeah, the Lost in Metro. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, little red one.
So he was one of very pedantically go round, kick the tyres, check the size of the
check the oil
in the tube
every time.
Every time.
Every time.
Oh, how! And you were just going down to the local Tesco's Express.
Well, there wasn't any back then, but
You're just going down to Fine Fare. Do you remember Fine Fare? Or what was the other one? Can anybody name some of the old? Whilst we're on the subject, can anybody name some of the old convenience shops that you used to get? There was Fine Fare, obviously the Co-op and people like that. But
Circle K.
Circle K. Do you remember that Circle K? Now, what was Circle K? Oh yes, I remember Circle K.
Co-op and stuff.
Fine Fare. What was some of the others?
It's sparse.
Number 13. Oh, that's a superstitious number. Yes, sorry about that. No, not watching the Bald Explorer live is bad luck. Yes, that's true. My first job, says Chris Bedford. Oh, look, Chris is there. He's there. Chris, a dump man, is there. Oh, poor old dump man. We're sending you lots of health-giving vibes. You could have been here. Soon. Just think what you've managed to escape.
How
sitting here with me. Oh, no, it's so lovely. Summerfield. Kibbies. I've not heard of Kibbies.
No.
Kibbies. Where were Kibbies based? Key markets. Yes, key markets. I've heard of those. Every time you wanted a key cut. No, key markets. Yeah, they were a little supermarket. Safeway. Yes, Safeway. Not so Safeway. Who else? Come on, there was... we have a Circle K in Michigan. You don't? In Michigan?
Wow.
They've all...
Photo, please.
Photo, please. Yes. Yeah, that's amazing. Andy says... What, an Andy? Is that an Andy store? An Andy store?
I don't think she finished her sentence.
No. Thank you, darlings. It's quite all right. Are you feeling any better? Of course he's not, because he'd be here. Don't be silly. Are you feeling any better? Have you done the... Did you watch us do the Carvol routine? Did you see the Carvol routine? Oh, I spent ages writing that script. Absolute years. Dump man, are you having a lot of dumps? Oh, don't. From both ends. Poor old dump man. Woolworths! Yes, of course. Woolies.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Do you remember the old adverts? It's a Woolies Christmas. How does it go? That's the wonder of Woolworths. Do. That's the wonder of a Woolies Christmas. You're not that old. Young. I'm sorry. So, I think it's time to move on. We'll go to the group in a second, but before we get to the group and the lovely pictures that you put up there, Jennifer says she's going to get a picture.
Thanks.
We have some chocolate. Now, this is very expensive, but the lovely Julia is worth every penny. Could you tell the lovely listener, the lovely viewer, tell the lovely Dumpman what he's missed out on today, and hold it up for the camera if you wouldn't mind. I know, so many instructions.
Bossy.
I know, yes, I do apologise. I'm so sorry.
It is divine white chocolate with strawberries.
Oh, yeah.
It's coming in.
It's coming in. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen.
See.
There it is. Look at that. Divine white chocolate strawberries.
Hey.
From Morrison's across the road. Fair trade it is. Fair trade. But it's about 100 grams, and it was £1.97, which I think that's enough. Oh, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing.
Enough.
Blooming cheek. Did you see what she was doing, ladies and gentlemen?
You're not subtle enough.
No, I'm not.
You're not subtle enough.
I'm not subtle enough. You're not subtle enough. Oh, I'm not. Anyway, do you like chocolate?
Doesn't everyone?
Right, I'm just asking because it's interesting to know. Fine Fair sign was covered in Hampton Park about 18 months back when Tesco's moved. Oh, I miss Woolies, says Maggie Walters. Robert Webber says Gateway. Yes, Gateway. Gosh, remember that? Hope we don't catch from the dumpster. No, you won't. It's perfectly incinerated in here. That's nice chocolate, says Alan Piddington. How sickly. Ooh, angel food. Yes, angel food for a fairy lady. So, just show them the colour of that. Show them this is the colour of magic, this is. Look at that. Yes, it's got the pox. It's white chocolate with the pox, the strawberry pox. So yeah, it's marvellous. Shall we share some out?
It looks too pretty to eat it.
I know
It's got. I don't know if you could see it on the camera, but it's written divine and heart embellishments. Oh, that was like a little Celtic
cross.
No.
Oh.
Tortoise.
Oh.
Turtle.
A Celtic tortoise.
Well, yeah, no, it's just a linear-looking tortoise. Turtle.
Turtle doves.
Turtle
doves, ladies and gentlemen. Lovely.
Anyway, let's get this chocolate in our faces.
Yes, let's get them. Marvellous. Because they're getting smaller. Oh, right, here. So, a little bit of divine chocolate, ladies and gentlemen. I've not tasted this before. Have you tried this before?
No.
No. So, into the gob it goes. And the official... Ooh, now. That is rather sensual. Okay. It's a bit yogurty. Not liking it?
No.
You've seen the lovely Julia's face drop then. The crescendo of the excitement. This is going to be fantastic. And then it's like... Nah, don't like it.
Yeah. No, it's all right. I'm not going to spit it out, but...
No, quite right. But
Nah.
not keen?
No.
Don't worry about that then.
I think I'm just a Milky Bar.
The Milky Bar Kid is strong and tough when only the best is good enough. Something and something, something and something.
The Milky Bars are on me!
Yeah, but the funny thing is they're not on him, are they?
No.
I always thought that was a
You
bit
should
weird.
have had them like stacked up like this.
Yeah.
In the shape of
Jenga.
The hat.
Oh, I thought they could, like, you know the game Jenga, they could take one out and...
It wasn't around then, was it? Well, not when they first started.
Who knows? Let's go to the group, ladies and gentlemen, and find out what pictures you've been posting in the Bald Explorer Facebook group page. And which ones have I pulled out of the hat today to appear on the show? Well, I don't know, really.
Which?
Yeah, which?
Come on.
Why is that still playing? I've just faded the fader up. That shouldn't be playing. Stop. Oh, there we go. I thought there was a slight hiccup. But I was going to be a bit ruder with that. Anyway, here we go. Into the gallery. And on the gallery tonight, ladies and gentlemen, a little impromptu there, we have, starting up with the wonderful Paul Hine. Paul Hine has gone to Warnford House. This is, in Warnford rather, not the Warnford House. He's gone to Warnford, and this is St John's House, which is behind Warnford Church. And it does look very interesting, because actually it looks a little bit like the ruins at Bramber Castle, doesn't it? But,
does.
Very nice. Paul, is Paul out there? I meant to find out. Is Paul out there? Because I did put a message. I can't remember if he replied or not. Would you be prepared to go for a walk with me around these ruins? We could explore them. Oh, God, I'm choking on the chocolate now.
Have a bit of cola.
Excuse me, I'm just having a bit of cola off screen as I prepare the next one. Oh yes, here we go. Now look at this. So this is obviously a maypole. But what's interesting about this, Pam Earnshaw put this on in the group. Pam, you lovely lady. Not only she, by the way, joined up to become a patron, I should say. She's a very lovely lady. She just joined up last night to become a patron, as it did Matthew Holdsworth. Thank you very much to both of you becoming, sending over those millions of pounds, which is kept us buying chocolate that Julia doesn't like. Anyway, unfortunately, I've got a warehouse full of this divine chocolate now, thanks to the patronage that's come in. But Pam, what's fascinating here, look very carefully, ladies and gentlemen, look very carefully at this, because, hang on, I'm going to try and do something clever here. I'm going to try and, where is it? I'm going to try and do something very clever as we speak. What I want you to do is look very carefully at two of them on the extreme right, okay? Look at them on the extreme right. Hold on, I'm going to try if I can just zoom in a bit. Here we go. On the extreme right of the picture, you'll see two of them. And one of them is Pam. One of them is Pam, I guess the little girl, the one in the skirt. And the other one is her partner, David. I don't know if it's her current partner. I think she's on her own. I can't remember now, Pam, what you said. But isn't that lovely? That is Pam.
That's lovely.
Only last week. Well, it seems like last week, doesn't it, Pam? I'd be interested to see if Pam's still there. Green and black ginger. Oh, she's still there. Me, a poor widow woman. Oh. So is this this gentleman in that screen there, that shot there, there he is. Is that, did you end up marrying him? Did going round the maypole, you know, did that sort of have some marital right involved, or is it just a sort of a brief encounter? Be interested to know. Only because I'm prying now. I'm a
nosy old beggar.
Yes, a nosy beggar I am.
Yes, he's nosy.
Nosy.
All right, nosy man.
Very nosy
right,
I am.
Man.
You're a big fat long honker. Apparently. Let's not dwell on the big fat long honker. But yes, no. Did you marry him, or she says partner as in a dance partner? Quite right. There we are. It was a while ago, wasn't it? You can tell by the 1950s buildings in the background. It was lovely, very lovely. Thank you very much, Pam. I was delighted when I saw that picture. Absolutely delighted. I was slightly undelighted when I saw this one, because if I remember rightly, this is Mark Selwood, and I thought he'd fallen off the wall, and he's on the floor looking up, and I was horrified. I was thinking, poor old Mark, he's fallen down. He'd gone to Marzion, St Michael's Mount. I'm guessing that's somewhere in Cornwall. Lovely building, though, lovely. But I hope you didn't break anything when you fell off the edge. It looks like a little ha-ha you fell off. I didn't want to laugh, but anyway, there we go. It
really doesn't look like Cornwall, does it, though?
No, it doesn't look like Cornwall. No, wait a minute. Yeah, no, because of the spider tree. The palm tree. Thanks very much.
That one I can ID.
Is Mark out there? Good on you, Pam. We haven't caught up with that bit yet. Anyway, Kevin Hall. Kevin Hall has been out doing a bit of bullfighting by the looks of things. That's a longhorn something. And I guess his little children running around there. He's gone to Hardwick Hall in Chesterfield. Where is Chesterfield?
I don't have a clue.
No, I don't have a clue. I should have looked that up before I came on air.
Yes, you should have.
But didn't. Now, the lovely Julia has been out and about with the lovely Richard, taking photographs and
of a lovely barn.
We were at this wedding fair, weren't we, the other day?
Yes, invited by one of your followers.
Yes, by Erica, whose surname I don't know actually, but Erica from the Real Green Dress Company. Lovely lady, we met her. Very lovely lady.
Really nice lady.
Very nice lady. She's very fond of a poncho. She has a penchant.
A poncho?
Is it called a poncho?
Poncho.
Oh, a poncho. A poncho. She didn't
not that I'm
punch me.
pedantic or anything.
No, not at all. Have another biscuit.
No, thanks.
Well, I don't blame you. Horrible things. Anyway, you took inside this barn. Just explain what was going on inside the barn.
It was a wedding fair, wasn't it? So it was all decked out in there, and
we came up to this mirror, didn't we?
Oh yes. I was like, oh, this is a pretty shiny thing, and it says "touch me." So I'm like, oh, touch it, bonk.
It was a big mirror. It was almost life size, wasn't it?
Yeah, that should have been a bit of a giveaway.
And it said "touch the mirror," and then you touched the mirror, and what happened?
It comes to life, and suddenly you can. There's this flashing circle thing you got to look into, and you're like, oh, and then it goes flash, and you're, oh, and then the next thing you know, you're looking at yourself going, oh. Yeah, that was
a clever taking digital pictures of us, and I did. Normally, you see, it would be for a happy couple. Yeah.
Not a miserable couple like us.
No, not like a couple of miserable bastards like her. No, a happy couples or people at an event would stand in front of this mirror and go, hello, click, and you'd get this. So we had three pictures, and they printed it off, and they were good, weren't they?
Yeah.
Anyway, I just thought I'd mention that. So
It was a bit weird, though.
it was unexpected.
Yeah.
It was unexpected. So that's the barn that we saw there. And, oh yes, here we go. This will get to the root of the problem. Little jokey there.
They are gorgeous roots, though. Look
They
at them.
are lovely roots.
So intertwined.
I suppose you want to know who that was. I'll tell you. Glenn Johnson has been to the Silent Pool. And I hadn't noticed this when I went to the Silent Pool up near... It's the Silent Pool. It's near Guildford, I think, in Surrey. No need to apologise. And it's up there in Surrey. No need to apologise. And it had these lovely roots. Anyway, he put some pictures up of the Silent Pool next to the Babbling Brook. Funnily enough. No, not really. And I was so taken with these roots, and I thought I'll shove them on the show tonight because they look great. But also, Glenn Johnson has been out at Reigate Hill filming the incredible cloud cover that was up there. If you go and have a look on the Facebook Bald Explorer group page and look for some of these wonderful pictures with the yellow, what do you call that stuff? The rapeseed plants. It's not oil yet, of course. You'll see these incredible pictures with these wonderful skylines. So thank you, Glenn, for doing that. That was very good.
Glenn.
Thank you, Glenn.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Now, here, look at this. This is Cynthia Walder has been to Ramster Gardens, wherever the hell that is. But I love these little animals.
The cute wicker deers.
Wicker deers. Is that wicker deers?
Well,
they look like wicker, don't they? They're marvellous.
Can't think what else there'd be.
No, with the bluebells all around. So that's definitely a place worth going to. She's got some other photographs that she's taken in the same place, of course. And nearly at the end now, we have a picture here which is supplied by Alan Piddington, Ashdown Forest. We must go to Ashdown Forest. You'll like it over there. Ashdown Forest, very interesting place. It's where they do poo sticks.
Oh, cool.
And all of that kind of stuff. So that's definitely a journey out. We must go there. That would be fun. And finally, Dean Rhodes has found some graffiti under a bridge in the Lake District. And...
wow.
Here it is. Look at this. A lovely lady with a red thing in her hair.
Feather thing,
thank you. And he said he found that because it may be graffiti in as much as it's not supposed to be there, but it's
rather attractive graffiti, isn't it?
It's the best graffiti that I've seen.
You know, a lot of the time I'd rather see something artistic like that than a plain manky wall.
Yes, absolutely. Plain manky wall. Who wants to see that?
Nothing. No one.
No one wants to see a plain manky wall. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for all of those. If you keep posting them. Alan Pennington says it is in Cornwall. I've been there. You can walk to it when the tide's out. He's obviously talking about something else.
One of the pictures.
Yeah, been there. Tide came back. Love Ramster at this time of year. Where is Ramster? Is it a good place to take a hamster? Bad jokes there. So, what's the time? We're over time, ladies and gentlemen. Over time. We were going to talk about some research that we've been doing. We were going to talk about where I'm going in Cambridge, but you'll have to watch. So, ladies and gentlemen, we kind of come to the end of the show. Where did the time go, Julia?
It kind of went tick, 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 like that.
Oh, yeah. Buy that girl a chicken. So, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow I will be in Eton-Socon, near St. Neots. I looked it up. Eton-Socon. S-O-C-O-N. Eton-Socon.
I've eaten so much as Socon.
Yeah, eaten too much. I shouldn't have spoken. At Eton-Socon
Yeah.
with the lovely Simon Brown. With the lovely Simon Brown.
Simon Brown, yay.
Have a bit.
No.
Don't have a bit.
No.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. It's been absolutely brilliant. You've been stars. Thank you for coming along and enjoying it. Thanks to Julia for stepping in at the last moment. She was actually going to the theatre this evening to do something very highbrow, but she's lowered herself to come to the Bald Explorer show. But so she deserves a big round of applause. She's not going to get one, but she deserves it nonetheless. Anyway, you know what I'm going to say now, don't you? You can say it for me.
Do I have to?
When you hear this music, it is time to say au revoir.
Adieu. Au revoir.
Au revoir, my friends.
Au revoir.
It's so nice to see you coming in here at the time of 9 o'clock at night. It is always a deepest, loveliest pleasure. And I will see you tomorrow up north. Going up north, lad. Up north. So take care, one and all. Thank you, Julia.
Thank you.
Have you enjoyed it?
Yes, actually.
Yes,
I
actually.
enjoyed speaking to you all.
Yes, marvellous. Whoop, whoop.
When I could get an edgeways word in.
One of those edgeways words.
Yeah, the edgeways words.
Always tricky with me around. I will see you with Simon Brown, mouthful of chocolate. Sorry, I shouldn't have done that. Tomorrow. Until then, take care, one and all.
Good
From
night.
Julia and I, goodbye! Bye.